Hey guys! So today the plan is to weed the garden staircase. I have a bit of weeds that have started to grow on the steps of the staircase. I want to go ahead and get those taken care of so it's not an issue later on. I also have a few daylilies that have decided to pop up in the middle of the steps as well. I might go ahead and dig those out. The staircase is lined with daylilies on each side of it, and they are gorgeous. They are a orange tiger lily, and they are super full this year. I don't remember them being this full last year, but I am excited to see them grow this year. I also have a bit of trees that have decided to come up between the daylilies. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut those out, get that taken care of. So staircase is going to get weeded, and there's a bit of leaves. I'm going to rake off the staircase. I should probably tend to the center of the garden, get this weeded and mulched, but I'm not going to be doing that today. Bridal Reef Spirea still looking great. It is starting to come out of bloom though, as well as the redbud tree behind it. But I want to take care of the flower bed behind the Bridal Reef Spirea. And the redbud, I have a flower bed right here that is loaded with hostas. In the wintertime, for extra protection, I just piled a bunch of leaves in this area behind the bench, and I'm going to go ahead and get the leaves raked out. A few branches have fallen, so we're going to get this cleaned up. I also want to add some deer repellent. We are going to be using liquid fence. I haven't used it before. I have used Repels All. I'm going to try this year. I am going to try to stay up on my deer and rabbit repellent. Last year they pretty much decimated this bed along with some hydrangeas and a bunch of other things. So I'm going to get some deer repellent down all over the garden. I want to make sure I really get some on all of the hostas. But first we are going to go ahead and weed the staircase, and then we are going to take care of cleaning this up, walk around the garden with some deer repellent. So let's go ahead and get started. staircase looks pretty good. I do have some small trees on this side that have come up. I believe that's a tulip popular. I have sweet gum tree right here. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and get these trees cut out of the daylilies. I'm not gonna dig these out because I'll just end up damaging the daylilies. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the trees out for now. Maybe when these all die back, then I'll go in and try to dig these out. So that's going to have to do for now. One right there. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and clean the hosta bed. The viburnum is starting to bloom. It is gorgeous. This is loaded with blooms, but we need to clean the hosta bed out. All I'm going to do is remove the branches and go ahead and rake all the leaves out. Hosta bed is pretty much clean. I do have one coral bells over here. At one point this used to be hostas and coral bells. Removed. Thought I removed all the coral bells, but I still have one, so that will be removed. But everything looks pretty good. Now we are going to spray the liquid fence and hope that deters the deer from eating the hostas. I still have quite a few that haven't came up yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and spray down this area. And it says just shake the container and spray. So we are going to go all over the garden and spray the hostas. I believe that really bright yellow one, I think that is Fire Island. I know I have Paul's Glory over here. This one, Wrinkle in Time, Queen Josephine is in the middle of the bench, still has yet to come up. Pretty sure this one is Polka Dot Bikini. That's another wrinkle in time. So I'm just going to make sure I spray this area really good. I do know this really bright yellow one. This one is Wiggles and Squiggles. So all of the hostas are done in the center of the garden. Now we're going to go to the woodland garden. These hostas are rainforest sunrise hostas. And I got these from Walmart on clearance for $3 a piece. This is the first plants that I planted in the newly cleared woodland garden. I've been collecting quite a few plants to get planted over here so we can get this area mulched up so the woods don't take this area back over. So hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be getting this new garden planted. I am also going to spray my oak leaf hydrangeas. The deer did nibble on my hydrangeas quite a bit, especially this one, and this one is rather large. I missed out on quite a few blooms because of the deer, so I want to make sure I get this saturated, and it is already loaded with quite a few buds. This is my stairway that leads to the vegetable garden. The vegetable garden is 2 levels, so leads to the top level, bottom level, which by the way we are still working on getting cleanup done and new raised beds. I do want to show you guys this gorgeous iris. I've had it for a few years and this is the first time that it has bloomed, and she is gorgeous. But this stairway leads to and from the vegetable garden, so I want to get this sprayed. A lot of the corbels the rabbits did eat, and it is quite full with hostas, so I want to go ahead and make sure that I get everything sprayed down in this area. I love this hosta right here. I want to make sure I saturate everything in this area. And I have noticed that I do have quite a few spaces that are missing some plants, so I am going to be planting this up shortly within the next coming days. Probably add quite a bit more hostas, maybe some corbels, not exactly sure, but I do want to get those spaces filled. Gorgeous bleeding heart right there. And this is a hydrangea. I'm going to go ahead and spray this down as well. So this is a small shade garden that I created. It is surrounded by Shadowland Diamond Lake hostas. These were ate by the deer last year, so I also want to make sure I go ahead and give these a good spray down. Catching Fire, Coral Bells, Liberty hostas. And I do have an Empress Woo in this area as well. The deer got to that last year, so I really didn't get to see it do much. I'm going to go ahead and spray all of that down. I have some black pearl coral bells I'm also going to spray down. I believe the rabbits, they would pull the leaves off the stems and devour the stems and leave the leaves. So I do want to make sure I get those nice and covered. This one is obsidian, and I do have some, I believe, silver gumdrop coral bells in this area as well. That's going to be it for this little shade garden. Now we are going to be headed to the secret garden area. I do have quite a bit of cleanup that I still need to do, but I have a few hostas in this area as well that I'm going to go ahead and spray. These are, I believe, autumn frost. And once again, I do have a lot of cleanup that I need to get to, so this whole area is going to end up getting weeded. And this is the secret garden area. Everything looks good for the most part. I do have some gorgeous hostas in this area that I want to make sure that I spray down as well. Lots of weeding in this area too that needs to be done. But once it starts getting hot, like this jungle just takes over, and kind of have a hard time trying to keep up with everything. But I'm going to be focusing on doing quite a bit of garden cleanup and planting out new garden spaces as well. The Brunnera looks amazing. And I'm going to be making sure I do this treatment quite often. So in the wintertime, when I usually clear out an area, I've kind of failed to clear out this area a bit more to try to push the woods back away from the secret garden. So I will be trying to get a good bit of cardboard in this area to try to combat the woods. But honestly, everything is looking pretty good in this garden. Still have the wishing well that needs to be complete. I was hoping to eventually use the wishing well as a planter. That is still in the works. I do have some coral bells and oak leaf hydrangea right here. This one is jet stream. I want to make sure I go ahead and give everything over here a good spray down as well. I do have quite a bit of things. I'm going to go ahead and spray down in this flower bed as well. Last year, the deer decimated this oak leaf hydrangea. It's my favorite in the garden. This one is Gaspy Moon. So I do want to make sure I get this nice and soaked and spray. I also have coral bells right here. And a few hostas as well. I believe this one is Hudson Bay. And this one, I think, is Margarita. I have some gorgeous yellow irises in this bed as well. And since we're over here, I might as well show you guys my favorite iris in the garden. This is my favorite iris in the garden. It's a really dark purple one. The camera does not do her justice, and she is the largest iris that I have in the garden. And when the buds come, they look as if they are black. But I love this iris. I also have small hedge of lamb's ear on both sides of the pathway. I am going to give the lamb's ear a spray down as well, because I'm thinking it's deer. Usually when I see deer damage in the garden, they also like to tear up the lamb's ear. I'm not exactly sure why. I do believe it's the deer. I mean, it could be squirrels as well. Not exactly sure, but I want to make sure that I douse this in deer spray as well. Okay guys, we are back where we started, and I'm hoping the liquid fence saves my garden this year. I am looking forward to my hostas getting big and beautiful and the deer not eating them, hoping they don't touch the hydrangeas as well. I'm open to using different methods. I also heard that they don't cure for blood meal either, so I think I might sprinkle that around the garden as well. I have used repels all in the past. I guess that did okay. I can't really remember, but I'm hoping that this saves my hostas this year. That is going to be it for today's project, guys. I thank you for joining me, and I hope again to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.